Is it?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh.
I just knocked it sideways.
How's it going, everybody? This is Jose Trujillo and wife.
Lisette.
Lisette. Okay, guys. So my wife brought up something that I think it's pretty legit today. I think it's worth sharing, definitely. And this revolves around partnerships. And what does it mean in today's day and age to be married or not married? I don't know, however your partnership is arranged, but just what does it mean to be in a partnership today? Because most people, at least I know that me and people that I grew up around, always talked about how marriage was this very difficult thing, this daunting thing. And by when I mean marriage, again, I mean partnerships, right? Because you live with someone, you share your experiences, your growths, and they get to see your shortcomings, and usually we tend to be strong around other people, but in a partnership you can't really hide it because there's no way to run. So, is there something you want to add to this, honey?
Well, I think what's interesting for us is that when we've always worked together, and when people hear we work together, they're always like, "Oh, that must be so hard." And I always find that interesting, and you and I have talked about this a couple times. Is the fact that we find more joy in working together, and than we do working apart. And so I think the one thing that I value about you and I is that, which is the one thing that I was talking to you about, is how we're so open to growth and to talking about things, because I feel like you recognize in me that what would be considered my faults are not necessarily the totality of who I am, but ways in which I can be a better person.
Right. You take that?
Not yet.
Okay.
And so I feel like you and I are always so open to communicating, and admitting, which I think is the hardest thing, especially if you work together and you're working on a project, to admit that, yes, okay, I need to work on that because that is not my strong space.
Right.
And I need to work at being better at that because that is a weakness of mine. And it's not always easy to do that. In fact, it's easier to get upset about someone pointing out your flaw than it is to accept it and say, no, you're right, I got to work on that. And so I always value that, and I always think that that's such a plus for us that we're able to do that.
Totally. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that, I can't say I won't agree with that. No, I'm just joking. I definitely agree with that because it really is that. It comes down to I think it comes down to being able to recognize when there is something, it's not necessarily a flaw, it's not necessarily this or that. It could just be awareness. I think everything comes down to that. It's awareness. Are you there or are you not there? And this doesn't have much to do with life experience or this or that. It's just how open are you to something, And I know that as an artist, we have this tendency to have these big heads, right? Most people say we have these big egos and whatnot. So I know I'm guilty of that. I know that my way or the highway happens often. But I'm not always right. In fact, I'm almost never right. and it's hard to accept that. And go ahead.
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed that when you and I have had a hard time, like for example, when we see, it happens a lot when we're working, not on what we're working, but working with our business, you know. For those of you that don't know, we sell a lot online. And so a lot of times one person may see something and another person may see something different. But I found that the most effective way has been when I've been able to be like, oh, I totally get that. And in turn, you've been like, I understand your perspective too. Because it's not really one way or the other, it's in the middle, right? Yeah. And I think that's like the hardest part of working together. And you can see that in art, right? Because a lot of times we could look at your partner as your expectation. How many times have you bought an outfit and like, this is what it's going to look like on me? And then you put it on and you're like, no. You know what I mean? Right. And so the expectation then is the thing that you have to work through.
Well, that's the thing.
And then find that middle ground. Right.
Yeah. That's the thing. The whole idea, the whole expectation, I think that is what kills it for the most part, because she could be telling me something, or vice versa. I could be telling her something, and no, do it this way. But sometimes we got to give room for unless it's like a I don't know, very dreadful situation or very difficult situation. But for the most part, whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Something happened horrifically here. I hope everybody's okay on the other side.
The phone didn't like the conversation.
The phone didn't like what I had to say. I hope everyone's okay on the other side. I hope you guys didn't hurt your head. But as I was saying, I think the whole idea of expectation is what ruins it, because you really don't know till you know. And she and I could be arguing about something and be like, no, it's this way. No, it's that way. And really, the reality is that as she said right now, it's in the middle. And the middle really is grabbing each other by the hand and walking together, like walking the walk. I could be dead set on something in my mind, but it doesn't mean that it's the right way. And even if it's the right way, let's say it's the right way, I'd rather be wrong than right in a forceful way. Because, and I think she feels the same way, because being right is not the end game. It's the goal. It's not being right. And it's a very difficult thing to grasp, because when you work together with someone in a partnership, most of the times you want to be right, because who do you trust? You trust yourself, unless you get to a point where you stop trusting yourself, and that also creates problems. So, so which one is it? I think it's just being open to your partner and saying, okay, well, let me see that, and let's do it. Let's do it that way. Let's do it this way. Let's move without mentalizing. I think the problem is that we start mentalizing so much. I don't know. What do you think, honey?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think
it's in the overthinking of something.
It's the overthinking. Yeah, she could be like, "Oh, I got this idea. This is the way we're gonna do it." But unless we do it, whether I oppose it or not, will not prove anything. And the same way with me. I could be dead set on an idea, or we got to do this, we got to ship this, this way, or I got to create this type of artwork because I know that this artwork I have in my mind, whatever, and I could be trying to hammer that down, in words and thinking and overthinking it, but unless I do it, it doesn't mean much. And I think most of us get trapped in that, trapped in the overthinking of it.
Yeah, totally.
So, is there anything else you wanna add? Because I think that we suffered technical malfunction here.
No. FYI, we didn't fight today. I'm actually listening to a book, and so it brought in conversations about relationships and work and finding your purpose and living each day with intention. And I feel like that intention has to happen in your partnerships too. Yeah. And in your work partnerships and all that other good stuff.
Totally.
Good chat.
Good chat. Guys, will be coming back again. Sorry about the whole shakiness of the phone. I will make things better. Oh, I got a microphone. I don't know if I showed you guys that. Here, hold on. I gotta tell you guys something. So, I was going into like, we gotta make this video's better and this and that. And I was like, getting fancier. I'm getting fancier. Can you see it? There it is.
What's up?
So we're gonna do it with a microphone now. So we're gonna start getting fancier. All right, guys, take care. Till next time. Bye bye.